Hello everyone, it's Vanessa and welcome back to my drawing channel. Today I wanted to film my face. I did my makeup, so I was like, might as well. I decided I wanted to do the Pastel Girl challenge. I don't know if this is really old. I've never actually seen anyone do it, but like, I know it's a thing, so we're doing it. So for those that don't know, there's an app called Pastel Girl. It's really cute. I saw it on Twitter and I was like, I got it, and then I waited a long time and I was like,
I'm gonna save this for a video.
And then it was months, and then months went by and I was like,
okay, now I'm not gonna do a video.
so I made my own and it was really cute, and I made myself and I decided to actually do it. So I'll put like a video, a screen capture of what I did. Basically all I did was look through all of the options, and I tried to keep the colors kind of similar because I like to keep my colors coordinated, and so that's kind of what I went for. And then afterwards I drew it. So let's get into the drawing, shall we? Alright, so as you can see, here is a little sketch I came up with. Currently, as you can see, I'm kind of just making sure that it all fits well and looks good when it's mirrored. But this is the sketch I came up. In a couple seconds you're gonna see a recording of the actual game, I guess, and you can see the options that I picked for this character. I have my little character here. Currently I'm trying to find some eyes that I like, and I actually end up going with the original blue ones. I thought they were really cute, and so that's the one I chose. And then for hair, I wanted to do something different. I like this hairstyle because it had braids, and I never really draw braids, as well as the bangs in the front. I don't draw things with bangs like that. I always kind of do like a side sweeping one. So I chose that one. I like the long hair, and then I saw these cute little space buns shaped as hearts, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna go with that one. So then for the outfit, as you can see, I went for a very blue theme. I wanted to kind of match the eyes, and I found this one with the little bunny, and it is adorable. I absolutely love it. And so I decided to go with that one, and the jacket matched really well with the purple, and then she kind of has like a little tutu, so I'm assuming it would be connected to the jacket, but that's what I went with. She also has a skirt underneath and socks. I didn't draw that, however. I went for more of like a profile picture sizing, I guess. Yeah, that's what we have. I love the little bow that the little bunny has, and then it works. It makes her seem more youthful, I guess, with the bunny and the hearts in her hair. I don't know. So she's drawn very cutesy, of course, and I decided to use purple actually when sketching this because I felt like it would just really work for this challenge. Something I wanted to make sure I paid attention to were little details. Like, as you can see, there's circles under her eyes. They're not bags. That's where I'm going to put the blush. And then the pose overall is a lot different, of course. I didn't want to have her straight on, so I have her at, I guess, a 3/4 angle. With that 3/4 angle, I have the same facial expression, as close as I could get it. I guess same mouth. The eyes are looking kind of up as if someone was like talking to her. I actually don't know what her age would be because I don't think she would be really young. However, her personality would be very young, if you know what I mean. She has a younger personality where she, you know, carries a little stuffed rabbit around. I don't know. But she's definitely not like a 5-year-old. She's definitely older than that. But, oh, I think she's super duper cute with her whole design. Her jacket was really fun to draw as well. That was something that I don't normally draw things like jackets and stuff, so I wanted to try out drawing a jacket and seeing how that would turn out. And I've seen a lot of artists drawing jackets, and it's been in fashion and stuff like that. Like, it's been trendy lately to draw like the fluffy, I don't know, people call them poopy jackets because of the color, but yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, that's what I kind of imagine this. It kind of has like the fluff around the neck, and then it's not quite a jean jacket. It's kind of, I don't know, it like comes in at the wrist, and I don't know, it's really poofy. Like, you know, I don't know, I don't remember what they're called, but that's kind of the jacket I imagined. And then for her hair, going back, I've been trying to figure out how I want to draw hair, because hair can be hard to draw. The two things that I'm trying to figure out how to draw in my quote-unquote style, because I'm still figuring out how I want to draw things, are the hair for characters and the eyes. I'm always drawing the eyes differently because I can never decide how I want them. And before I even drew this, I kind of was going through and did some like practice, not for this drawing, but just like in general for how I wanted like the eyes to look and the face shape to look. And so I tried to figure out how I wanted the eyes to look, and I came up with this design. They're very rounded, which matches the original quite well. And then for the hair and just overall in the drawing in general, lately I've tried to keep my lines rounded, whereas, I don't know, before I would keep things, I don't know if I had them sharper, but lately I've been paying more attention to keeping my lines rounded. And then for the hair, it's a lot more detailed than I do normally. However, I really do like putting in a little bit more detail to the hair. I feel like it adds quite a lot to it. And you can see like in the little heart buns, you can really tell like where the hair would wrap around and how it works and how it flows. The rounded shapes also help keep it really cutesy, whereas like stronger, sharper shapes make things look a little bit more intense. So I kind of want like how I draw to look very soft and very cutesy and, you know, very nice and pleasant. So that's why I've started doing rounder lines. Even for my sharper lines, I still try to round it off a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of see that like at her chin or at the end of the hair especially. That's a big giveaway right there. Here I'm doing the rabbit, and I had a struggle with the ear. I don't know why. It was just kind of impossible for me to draw the ear overlapping. Like, I've drawn rabbits with their ears overlapping, but I just for some reason had such an issue. But like for the rabbits design, I kind of imagined it like a teddy bear except a rabbit. I think I used to have something like this where I had a rabbit that kind of like sits how a teddy bear would, so not on all fours, more like it had two and then arms. So that's kind of where this design came from. I mean, in the original it's also like, it also kind of looks like that, but in my version, I guess I really wanted it to look heavier and bigger and softer rather than just this light little toy. This hand, I know it's a little tiny, but like it's kind of cute and it kind of makes her look younger. But also I did it kind of first try and I was like, you know what, this is decent enough, we're going on. I know I need to work on my hands and stuff, of course, but I couldn't bother. I was like, nope, no, not gonna deal with that. You can also see that I added some details to the jacket. In the original design for her, you can't really see her shirt. So what happened was when I put the jacket over top, it changed the shirt. So originally she had kind of like, I don't even know what they're called. Not a turtleneck, but it like goes up to her neck and then her shoulders are showing. But when I put the jacket on, I think it might have put a different shirt on, but I just decided to draw the original like that. Since you can't really see it anyways, then it's kind of a similar color anyways. So that's what I decided to do. Now I'm coloring in the drawing. As you can see, I started out with a purple in the background. That was the same purple as the image, and then the purple over top of her was the color of her hair, because what I like to do, I like to put the color of the hair in the background because then I can do a nice gradient after, and then I go over with the colors. So for the colors, I kept everything very, very similar. Her skin tone, I used the exact color. The shirt I had to play around with because it's so similar to the jacket and I did not want the same color, so I changed that. The jacket's a little bit darker, and the little fluffy part on her jacket actually is a little bit lighter than her hair. So it's very similar, but it is different. And then for the rabbit, he's actually not completely white. In the original, he is completely white, but I decided to change it a little bit, and I believe he's a little bit purple. Like, it's slightly moved over on the color wheel, so then he's a little bit more purple, and that just ties it in and makes it a little bit softer to look at. And then I think I might have also, actually no, I think I keep the same pink for his bow, and I use that for the inside of her mouth, and then her eyes are the same color as her shirt. I like to keep everything very similar. I like to reuse colors a lot. That way it doesn't get too crazy and there aren't a bunch of colors to look at. And then for shading, usually I like to shade with a lot of light colors, or warm colors, sorry. I like to shade with reds or pinks, but I really wanted to try something different and see what it would look like if I shaded with blue or purple. So I decided to go with blue. Originally I was going to go with purple, but then when I decided to shade the hair, it looked a little too dark and not enough contrast, so I changed it to, I believe, the shirt color, and I put another layer over top on multiply and then put it way down to, like, I want to say 35% or something, and I colored in the first layer for shading over top, and then I did that again but with a little bit, was it a little bit of less opacity, and went over top again with that same color on multiply. And these are both on clipping masks, so then whatever I'm drawing, say it's the hair, if I put a clipping mask on the hair, then it won't draw outside of the hair and only on that one color that I colored in. So every single different color in my pictures are on different layers, so then I can go in with clipping masks later and color over them easily and not have to worry about coloring outside the lines. I could not use the purple to shade the warm colors in this image, so the skin tone and the bow and like the mouth and stuff, so any like pinks or anything warm, it just looked a little too muddy for my taste. I like vibrant colors, even though this is supposed to be, you know, the pastel girl challenge, but I tried to do it with the bow, but it wasn't what I was going for. You can definitely do this in some instances, but it just did not appeal to me, so I decided to use I believe, was it a red? It was a red or a pink to shade the skin, but you can tell it looks a lot more vibrant and it looks a lot nicer. I'm glad I went with that instead of the blue, because blue is a lot darker, so it's harder for it to, I don't know, it's just not as warm, and your skin tone usually is warm. Well, depending on the person, but I like to draw a lot of warm skin tones. Here I'm adding in her little blush circle thingies. I don't know. I've also started doing this a lot, adding the little blush, like harsh blush lines. Sometimes I'll blend them out, but like for this drawing, I didn't do a lot of blending. I like to change things up. And now I'm adding some highlights, which are this is probably my favorite part, to be honest. I love adding highlights. I added it to the hair, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the tongue, the lips, and then the bow on the bunny, because those are the shiny parts, and that's probably my favorite part of any drawing, adding the highlights. I don't know, I feel like it gives it just so much more life than it had before. And then something I also like to do is color in the line art the same color or a darker shade of the darkest color of whatever I'm drawing. So to make this make sense, so the hair is purple, so I'll take the darkest purple in the hair, go a little bit darker and color in the highlights, or not the highlight, the line art, And I noticed that in the original drawing, she had black outlines for a lot of the bigger chunks. So like where her jacket, like the outside of her jacket, the outside of her hair, the outside of her face. And so I was going to do that and then I didn't want to, but then I decided to, and I'm happy I did, because as you can see, the chunks of hair, I had to go out with like, it's not actually black, it's a dark purple. So I went with the dark purple for that, and it just really gives it more contrast. So you can really tell the bigger shapes from like the small details. And that is it. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys, I should look at the camera, not me. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want me to do this again, feel free to send in your own. Should I create a hashtag? Okay, on Instagram, if you want to send in your own pastel girl, get the app, make it, send it in. Just post a picture, have the hashtag pastelgirlbren. Or you can just put it on your story and at me, and I'll screenshot it and save it, and maybe I'll do one of yours. Yeah, cute. I love that. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all dearly, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.